Hello, StarCraft fans! This is falconpaladin coming to you with our weekly edition of MidRank Madness. This is a game between Chaos and Zergons on Orbital Shipyard. Yes, this is MidRank Madness, where we highlight gold, platinum, and diamond level gameplay from the section of the player base that is really big and underrepresented. Alright, in the top side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Chaos, sporting the fancy little StarCraft's Happy Star logo. Aw, so happy. And in the bottom side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Zergons. A little bit on the nose there, Zergons, but that's a-okay. So, if this is the first time you've seen this and you're like, hey, where's my GM play? Where's my pro level play? This is MidRank Madness. I do one of these every single week on Tuesday night, unless you're in Europe or Asia, because at that point, it's actually Wednesday morning. I think that's how time zones work. Also Africa, I think that's pretty much going to be a Wednesday morning thing. But Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere around there every single week, you can send your mid-level play replays to me. Again, that is gold, platinum, and diamond to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of MidRank Madness. I will take a look at them. I'll send them to my screeners. The best ones will be selected, and we'll get them on the channel as fast as possible. All right, so that's out of the way. And here we go with our TVZ. Looks like a 1-Rax expand here from Chaos. Again, these players know what they're doing. They do. They understand the timings. They understand basic concepts. Decision making can be a problem. Micro can be a problem. Continuing to macro can be a problem for these players. But they have general build orders down. So here we go. There's the barracks. And the extractor is getting all the gas necessary. We have quite a bit of gas in the bank here. We have enough actually for a Reaper. 50-50 ready, set, Reaper. Rally point ready to go. Come on, Chaos. You can do it. Okay, so it looks like Chaos may not actually be going for a Reaper here, which is a little concerning. I mean, there's definitely expansion. That's good. Just kind of missed the Reaper part of the Reaper expand. So, again, Chaos has enough gas and enough money here to do this. Although, did throw down a factory. So maybe bypassing the Reaper into factory play is kind of the idea here. For our Terran player, wants to get that tech up as much as possible, fully walling off here with the engineering bay. But this was an early pool that would be a bit of a problem for Chaos, because Lings would be here wailing away on the supply depot, on the barracks. They might even be able to get inside the main base. But Chaos is now getting a Marine that will help a lot against any Lings that show up, and actually it doesn't look like Zergons is planning on doing that anyway. It is now getting speed for the Lings, does have actually no Lings. Oh, wait, 2 Lings are out on the field. Where are those guys? Here they are. Ah, little slow Lings hoofing it across the field. Running past these gold mineral patches. They're going to try to get some scouting out. Try to see what they can see at the top of this ramp. But yeah, they're not much of a threat at all. Especially not with a Marine here. But has 1 gas. Keeping the drones on the gas is Zergons. So planning to go for a lair. I think once we get 100 gas there, that would make a lot of sense. Getting a Roach Warren and an Evolution Chamber and another Extractor. Okay. Good inject there from the Queen as well. Do the Lings want to poke on up? It looks like no, they are just content to hang out here at the bottom of the ramp next to the big 24. That probably reminds them of the show 24, which was around long before they were born, but perhaps Zerg units are born with memories of the Overmind. You think they are? Do you think they have memories of things? Because that would be useful, right? If the Overmind, you don't have to explain things to these guys, you're just like, you have all of my memories. And then the Zerglings are like, got it. We're little puppies, but we have all your memories. So pokes up the ramp. And does see what? Sees the engineering bay and the barracks. So nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy there. The Zerg player is not super worried about how things are going on. I do like that scouting, though. Very, very nice indeed. But a starport on the way for Chaos. And a missile turret, too. So just kind of keeping all of the bases safe here. Getting a tank, it looks like, for base defense. Has a refinery here. Has another refinery here. So getting quite a bit of gas, but only 1 worker on this refinery. Chaos. Make sure to have 3 workers on your refineries at all times. It really helps that gas income. Might as well have them unless you have a very specific plan in mind, and I'm not sure that you do. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying I'm not sure you know what you're doing. So, Cloak on the way and a Banshee for Chaos. Going for Cloaked Banshees. Is Zergons ready for this? Zergons is going for a lair. About 50% complete on that lair. Does have a Queen here. Does have 2 Queens here, actually, but no static defense, no Spore Crawlers at all. This could be a bit of a problem if Zergons does not prepare for this Banshee attack. Oh, is this going to be a double starport with a tech lab? Is this going to be a multiple Banshee, 2-port Banshee? Haven't seen this for a long time, but it can be devastating, especially at this level, against Zergs who are not ready for it. However, it does look like... Oh, wait. As I look at the production tab, that's a Fusion Core. Fusion Core on the way for Chaos. Does that mean... Could it possibly mean... There's another starport. Could this be some crazy Sky Terran play with battle cruisers mixed in? Holy shamoly, it very well could be. We'll keep an eye on this one. Our 2 basing Zerg player here, though, is going for +1 missile attack while getting a ton of roaches. So I'm not sure if that melee attack, that makes a little bit less sense. Melee attack and a whole ton of roaches here. I don't know if he's planning on going for ultras later in the game, not worrying about missile attack upgrades for now, but it's really good for roaches to have +1 missile. Although, again, just entirely bypassing it at this point. Glial Reconstitution on the way, and high-sec auto-tracking. Is that what this is? Yeah, high-sec auto-tracking adds +1 range to turrets, missile turrets, planetary fortresses, and point defense drones. So planning on these missile turrets to have extra range, might plan on having planetary fortresses later on to defend against whatever Zergon sends his way. But as I've always said, a passive Terran is often a dead Terran. If you just let Zerg sit back and drone up as much as they want, it's 40 to 33 workers right now. Again, mules are good. The income is fairly even, about 1,000 for the Terran, about 1,100 for the Zerg, and Ravagers. Ravagers morphing in for Zergon, so a Roach Ravager attack. I'm not sure if there's enough here to stop this for Chaos. There's a tank. There's a bunker with 4 Marines on the inside, a missile turret coming up at the front door as well. There are these Banshees hanging out back here. They could be pressed into service to play defense instead of offense if they think about it. What? Oh, Hyperflight Rotors, increasing the movement speed of the Banshees. All right. So right now it is at 3.85. We'll see what that is after that upgrade is done. But more and more Banshees on the way. Another command center being built here, possibly for a 3rd base. These Lings are Speedlings. They don't want that to happen at all. But here comes Zergons. Lots of Ravagers here and Roaches. Is floating quite a lot of minerals. Might want to look into getting more gas. Is definitely getting gas here and gas here. So fully saturated 8 extractors and still spending all that gas fairly well. Nicely done, Zergons. Good play indeed. So heading up north. Here comes our Zerg player being aggressive with Roaches, with Ravagers. Again, Ravagers do not take extra damage from tanks. They only do extra to armored, and Ravagers are not. So here we come. The tank whittling away. Corrosive Bile landing and actually managing to kill the bunker. The Marines run away immediately, and here come the Banshees. Just begging the Zerg to come up here, because none of them can really shoot up here. More Corrosive Bile on a tank. Wow, nicely done, Zergons, indeed. Here come the Banshees from the left side. They are cloaked, and Zergon says, this is not where I want to be. It is time to head on home. Being chased down by these Banshees. And yeah, I mean, the Banshees are just absolutely massacring these Ravagers and these Roaches. The units lost tab right now shows 3 Roaches, 8 Ravagers have died in exchange for a bunker and a siege tank. A fair trade indeed for our friend Chaos. The cloak is starting to wear off at a couple of these Banshees, though. They're still going to be able to get this 3rd base because, again, no static defense at all. A lot of Spore Crawlers actually in that production tab just a minute ago. Wow, 3 and 4 here. So many Spore Crawlers. Actually, no, 4 here, 2 at the main base. Ready for these Banshees, man. Zergons has lost to Banshees before. Doesn't want to do that as the Extractor falls here. More and more Banshees on the way for Chaos. And the Hydralisk Den starts popping up here for Zergons. It is 2 bases. But again, Banshees have a hard time, getting chased away. Chased away by the Queen and the Spore Crawler. I was going to say, a 2-base Zerg here, not that great. But Banshees, if you have a good counter to them, that it could take them out, you might not be in a bad spot against the Terran. Zergons going for that +1 missile yet. Yes, actually does have +1 missile already. +1 air attack for Chaos right now. Really planning on getting these air units. And indeed, even a Raven getting into the mix here. So might want to try landing this base eventually. I know there are Lings there, but there's only 2 of them. They're not that scary. Banshees heading back on home. I also wanted to say it was a good job by Chaos, not just attacking blindly into these 2 Queens and these 3 Spore Crawlers. I mean, 4 Spore Crawlers. Yes, you might have been able to kill a couple Queens, maybe even a Spore Crawler or 2, but you would have lost so many of your Banshees. So excellent decision making, I would have to say, from Chaos, not going into it a disadvantageous position as the Lings actually start wailing away on this command center that landed. I know I said the Lings weren't scary, but maybe given enough time, they are super scary. But nope, Banshees fly right on in. The Lings are overkilled and explode. Retaking the 3rd base here is Zergons. And what is this? 4 Hydras in production, muscular augments coming up as well. Hey, and our first battle cruiser. There it is. Battle cruiser 1 and 2. And Chaos definitely going for this battle cruiser tech. 2 port battlecruiser. Wait, 3 port battlecruiser right now. That's insane. Supply blocked. Bit of a problem. Really should be getting some supply depots up here eventually, getting the behemoth reactor upgrade to increase the starting energy of those battle cruisers. And what? Whoa, a whole lot of Hydras suddenly on the field. There are 26 Hydralisks on the field. They almost have the muscular augments. The Banshee's looking for a place to attack down this left side though. And here they come. One Spore Crawler ends up going down immediately, trying to stab away are these queens, but there are just a lot of Banshees here. And one Banshee does end up falling, but a Spore Crawler dies immediately. There goes the cloak, but guess what? There's still a Spore Crawler. Oh no, and the Hydra is killing what they can here too, and the cloaked Banshee's still taking shots. Here come the Overseers, helping out, and every single Banshee dies. One corpse falling clear off the edge onto the nothingness below. Yeah, it turns out Hydra, a pretty good answer to Banshee if you have 24 of them. Very useful indeed. And hey, look at this. Chaos getting a Spire, getting +1 ground carapace. And Chaos just continuing with this battle cruiser production. Any upgrades for these BCs? Yes, getting +2 ship weapons. Overseer tried to poke on in, but there was a missile turret in the way. Didn't really get much scouting information at all. Yeah, not that there's much to see. Honestly, I wouldn't really worry about it. So it is 123 to 84 total supply. Hydra is the perfect response, I think, to this air superior composition from Chaos. Starting to get mined out here in the main base. The third base is pretty well established. This is a planetary fortress with that range of 7. So not too bad. Here we go. Hydras and Lings going to try to go for this, but I'm not sure if it's enough for the Hydras to actually take this thing down. And it actually doing a pretty good job, but the SCVs come in. Not enough repair. And the planetary fortress ends up falling. A tank on the high ground getting sniped down as well. Overseer spotting for those guys on the low ground. Losing missile turrets. Missile turrets trying to chase away Overseers. Refineries here going to burn down as well, or the Hydras might just finish them off straight away. And there goes the third base for Chaos. Not a good spot if you're the Terran player. I really feel like Zergons might be able to just waltz up this ramp and kill everything. There are 4 battle cruisers, but the Hydras do have +1 attack here. And muscular augments coming right on up. And I know the tank is scary. The tank does have 2 kills. Getting rid of that barracks and the bunker, possibly. The BCs show up, though. Actually kill a bunch of Hydras very easily. That's enough to chase away Zergons. He doesn't want to be involved. An Overseer gets exploded as well. Ravager blood on the top of that ramp. And yeah, Zergons decides to head on home. He says, battle cruisers, I need corruptors. Immediately going for 8 corruptors and 12 more Hydras. This composition seems to be a perfect choice for dealing with this Sky Terran Chaos. You crazy, man. Going for BCs. Can Chaos pull it off, ladies and gentlemen? Again, Zergons is a pretty darn good Zerg player. Has that third base. Has this fourth base expanding as Zergs know how. Also getting those Corruptors. Such a good choice just because they do extra damage versus massive units. And battlecruisers happen to be armored, mechanical, massive units. Which, again, not a good sign for Chaos. But double command center here. Going to replant that third base. And possibly fly over here and take a fourth base if the command center can get up the nerve to do so. Thinking about it, ship and vehicle plating level 1 just about to finish. Another BC on the way, and a planetary fortress morphing in here. Again, replacement PF for the one that died earlier. And Zergon's just kind of hanging back with the Corruptors, with the Overseers, with the Hydras, just waiting for the BCs to show up. They are sure the BCs are going to try to come kill them soon. What is the point of battlecruiser if they just sit in your base? I think Zergons is thinking. And Chaos says, you know what? That was a lot of Hydras I saw. I don't know if I want to go outside my base. We'll have to keep an eye on those guys, though. So it's 144 to 105 total supply, 67 to 40 harvesters. Zergons playing this so darn well. Landing a fourth base, though, is Chaos. A third base and a fourth base just about simultaneously. I like this from our Terran player. A few idle workers here. They need to get to work doing something. Another command center being built. And also not fully saturating these refineries. Chaos, I recommend, again, fully saturating your refineries, especially if you're going for such a gas-heavy composition as battle cruisers and you're spending the gas almost as fast as you can get it, right? Alright, so here are the Corruptors, 0/0 upgrades on those guys. Hydralisks do have +1/+1. No other upgrades in the way. Passing in the night, though, is Chaos heading south as the Zerg Swarm heads north. 4 Overseers in here, just in case, I guess, some Banshees show up. Making themselves known to the Overlord, though, are these battle cruisers actually turning the whole army, turning the whole fleet around to get rid of a single Overlord. he performed his purpose. He actually scattered out the battle cruisers, and Zergons is able to get into position here. The corruptor count is currently 12 corruptors and 27 hydras. I just don't know. I mean, these are +2, +1 battle cruisers, so that's good. They're going to try to use this high ground advantage against the hydras, I think, that are coming in. And they're just kind of hanging out. Zergons, he sees his enemy. He's going for it. Oh, some corruptors coming from around here, too. So many corruptors, so many hydras, and there's the tactical jump. All right, so tactical jumps his way back on home. There it is, tactical jump, 125 energy. After 4 seconds, warps to the target location. Battle cruiser is invulnerable while warping, and this does not require vision. So actually using tactical jump as a defensive maneuver, kind of like a mothership recall to get home, rather than an offensive maneuver to jump onto a base that is undefended. So interesting use of the ability, but Chaos is making use of it, man. I have to give him props for that. He would have lost all his battle cruisers except for his use of that ability. He did end up losing one, so one PC died back there. I think that's what that was. The rest of them do manage to still live. A total number of BCs is 10, as one comes right off the assembly line, and the SCVs are running on out. They're going to try to mine here. Yep, oversaturating this base, possibly coming over here. Again, not fully saturating these refineries, but Chaos does have quite a bit of gas in the bank, really looking for more of those minerals. Doesn't really have enough orbital commands, I don't think, to keep up with what he needs. He only has 2. The rest of his command centers are either just command centers or planetary fortresses. Here comes Zergons, missile turrets here, and can he make this thing work? And the corruptors, are they going to use caustic spray? No. Instead, I don't know what they're doing, flying around. A lot of hydras are dying to the PF and these battle cruisers, but taking shots as well are these battle cruisers. And the upgrades again are better. A lot of corruptors are dying. A lot of hydras are dying. The repair on the PF is insane. One battle cruiser ends up falling, but the corruptor count is going very, very low indeed. Another hydra gets burned and falls to the ground, and Chaos holds. Chaos holds with his fully upgraded on attack anyway. Battle cruisers +2 ship plating here. Man, looking strong, these BC. Zergons is in a lot of trouble. He's heading on home. Moving Overseers, not a good spot to be in either there. Resources lost tab. Zergons lost 9,900 minerals, 4,900 gas. Chaos has lost 7,000 minerals, 3,700 gas. So not really that different, not really that disparate in that account, but at the same time, Chaos looks pretty darn strong at this point indeed, going after this completely undefended 4th base. There are no spore crawlers here whatsoever. How many hydras are left? Just a handful of hydras and a bunch of very low on health corruptors. Can he get this base? He's going for it. He loses a BC in the process. No, the hatchery does end up falling. Can they stand in and deal with this? Losing another battle cruiser. Chasing everybody down. Trying to kill an Overseer. They do manage to get the Overseer. They're killing workers. Are the drones? The drones are coming back to this mineral line. Oh no, drones! No, it is the Great Drone Massacre of 2016. Oh my gosh, so many dead workers there. The Hydras and the Corruptors coming, but the tactical jump again. Tactical jump for the 2nd time brings the battle cruisers home safely. Safely, not safely. I don't know if that's even a word. Safely. 24 drones have been killed in this game, 17 SCVs, and it's 48 to 48 workers. Zergons luckily has these 2 bases because, man, if it was a 3 base to a 4 base with the Terran player ahead as he is, again, the upgrades looking so fantastic on those battle cruisers. I just don't know what Zergons would be able to do. Again, the army looking okay here. That's a pretty good size thing. Has 17 corruptors and 14 hydras. Pretty darn good number indeed. How are the upgrades on these guys? +1 flyer attack, +2 missile attack, +1 carapace. All right, the upgrades are starting to catch up here for Chaos, or rather for Zergons. And there's that +3 vehicle and ship plating, and weapon refit. Allows the battle cruiser to use Yamato cannon. Yamato cannon doing 300 damage, costs 100 energy. Requires that weapons refit at the fusion core. So 300 damage, enough to one-shot a corruptor fairly easily. Definitely can one-shot Hydra. There's not even a question there. Another attack imminent. It looks like it may very well be. Battle cruisers heading on out. They do not know about this army. I don't think either player knows. No, they don't. Look at this. So close to seeing the other one, but no one can see anything there. And the battle cruisers continue to head south. Zergons staying right here and actually going to town on another base. More drones are dying here. Zergons, you can't afford to lose more stuff. Hatchery dies almost immediately. Man, these +3 battle cruisers pretty darn good, I have to say. But mass corruptor here. Corruptors with that +1 attack. not really focusing anything down. The Hydra's coming around from the backside as well. Does not look good for our battle cruisers. And tactical jump once more. This one gets left behind. Didn't have enough energy to jump. And gets destroyed. Everybody else warps back on home. 12 kills, 10 kills, 8 kills, 1 kill. 17 kills on this battle cruiser. They're being so cost effective right now. I really think that they are. Units lost tab. 9 battle cruisers have died. Okay, that's bad. But 43 Hydras, 28 Corruptors, and 10 Ravagers have been killed here. A lot of that was the Banshee. I'm not ascribing all of those kills to these battle cruisers, but at the same time, BCs are a lot more effective than I imagine they possibly could be. We have an SCV Congo line over here. Hey guys, what you doing? This guy's kind of out of place. Oh guys, what are we doing again? We're doing the Congo, you moron. Everybody Congo. Oh, they saw me. They got embarrassed. And they're heading over to... looks like they're repairing. I always figured it's weird how they just kind of sit under the battle cruisers and repair sparky things on the ground. Don't really get up there, and the battle cruisers don't really land either. I'm not sure how that actually repairs, but you know what? Video game logic is going to be video game logic. Big old Corruptor Hydra army moving out for chaos, trying to see what it can kill. There's a planetary fortress here, missile turrets. Again, that seems to be a pretty good composition against Corruptor Hydra unless caustic spray is used. I don't know that we've seen the Corruptors use this yet. I don't think they did. Alright, missile turrets chasing away the Corruptors, but the Hydras come in. Can they? Yes. They can actually get these missile turrets and stay out of the range of the planetary fortress. What a play there. Now going after the PF. Nope, focusing down the missile turret and backing out. Wisely backing out. They can't take down this PF by themselves, but guess what? Corruptors in Legacy of the Void, they can. There goes the caustic spray. Are the SCVs actually repairing here? Now they are. They're trying to keep ahead of this incredible DPS on the Corruptors. Increases to 35 damage per second after 4 seconds. The battle cruisers come in and try to avenge the loss of that PF, but no, one battle cruiser dies. Another one dies. Is a third one going to fall here? Yes, on the left side and the right side. More BCs are exploding. Tactical jump, but one battle cruiser still falls. And 14 battle cruisers have been killed to this point. The Hydras are left to clean up the rest of this army. Nothing here can really challenge that from happening. Battle cruiser count looking pretty darn dwindly right now. 6 total battle cruisers on the ground. In the air, refinery ends up exploding here. These bases still around. Replanting this base that was dead as Zergons, but only 52 workers. Isn't really droning up at this point. I think maybe just worried. Really worried about this battle cruiser army. Has a pretty good bank here, so I guess maybe feels like the income isn't that important, but at the same time, against a Terran, you really got to keep ahead of them on bases. Does our Zerg know about this? No. Zerg doesn't know about this base. He really thinks he's got chaos contained to 3 bases right now. Oh boy. So pretty big oversaturation over here for chaos. Chaos could probably stand to move some of those workers somewhere else. Hydra's going to try to knock down this debris. Going to try to kill this command center. Command center, no! Bad flight path. Abort! Abort! Get out of there! Abort! The Hydras are luckily ignoring it though, so that's good. Command center starts to run. The Corruptors didn't miss it though. Corruptor volley 1, Corruptor volley 2, Corruptor volley 3, Corruptor volley 4, and Corruptor volley 5. Bam! There goes a full command center. Oh, so many SCVs were in that command center. 27 SCVs have been killed thus far to 26 drones. Just a sad day if you're an SCV right there. So getting oversaturated here. This main base is entirely mined out. Again, not much here, but hey, replanting another base over here on the right side. Chaos refuses to die, man. Chaos is playing this, I don't want to say necessarily super well, but not that bad, really. Zergons has the right idea. This might be too many Corruptors, though. I mean, I know you're worried about the battle cruisers, but maybe a big roach ball combined with a bunch of Hydras would be a better answer. So the Hydras come on in. Again, try to individually pick off missile turrets so the Corruptors can come in and do that caustic spray thing again. Is it another attack? Battle cruisers over here again, going after this extractor for the 2nd time. No one else is really engaged right now, so hey everybody else, come help. Unnecessary extractor dies. Hydra's murdering everything. I think Chaos's attention is back here, honestly. The poor SCVs just want to mine in peace. They want to repair stuff in peace. Can they sneak on in and get another planetary fortress? Not quite yet. So the Hydras are going to clear that up. Meanwhile, the battle cruisers move on in, ignoring the workers for now, going right after that hatchery, and the hatchery falls in record time. Just gone. A bunch more drones catch on fire. Broodlings taking shots as well. The Hydras have cleared out a lot of these missile turrets. A tank on the high ground has no attack upgrades. but does pretty darn well against Hydras anyway. Wow. Up to 3 kills. This Hydra moves out of the way. And here come the battle cruisers. There are 3 corruptors trying to take it down. This ball down. Another hatchery dies, though, and more corruptors. No tactical jump comes back. Tactical jump to help out with this. This corruptor ball is so scary. They have +2 attack, +1 flyer carapace. Oh no, there goes the caustic spray. 7 damage per second for 4.3 seconds. Then increases to 35 damage per second. You can't repair through that. Not gonna happen. Boom! Another planetary fortress falls. 5. No, wait. I was gonna say 5 hatcheries have died, 1 command center, and 3 planetary fortresses. Zergons is everywhere, man, except for these bases, which have been entirely unbothered because our Zerg player doesn't know about them. But never say die, says Zergons. Replanting this base, replanting this base. Long distance mining from this base, although there isn't really anybody here, so regular mining would be alright too. The Corruptor's trying to find a good angle in which to attack. How are they going to do this thing? Missile turrets pretty much everywhere. There is a hive. Zergons does have a hive, and let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Going for a greater spire. So double spire here for upgrades. Using those chain injects. Look at that chain injecting from Zergons. Basically queues up injects so that they will be used in, let's see, in consequence, in conjunction. What is the word I'm trying to say here? In sequence. There you go. In sequence, one after the other. Even if you're busy off microwing somewhere else, the injects will continue if you queue them up. So hey, do that, Zerg players. Pro tip from Falcon Paladin. So Greater Spire, possibly Broodlords in our future, entirely possible. Missile turrets, shooing away the Corruptors here. Yeah, saying get out of our face. We don't want anything to do with you guys. And you know what? The Corruptors actually say we don't care. Caustic spray being used on yet another PF. Tactical jumping on in to try to deal with these guys. No, the Planetary Fortress dies anyway. Yamato Cannon being used here as well. Are the Corruptors afraid of these battle cruisers? No. Look at these volleys. Wow, +2 flyer attack, doing 24 damage versus massive from a huge cloud. Every battle cruiser here is going to die, and they do. 3 battle cruisers left on the field. 22 have been destroyed in the air by this Corruptor ball. Zergons doing what you gotta do. SCVs running around, taking this base. My goodness, Chaos, you are gutsy. You are spunky. Trying to set it up. Trying to set up a missile turret. I assume another PF's going to be put down here, but an Overseer is scouting this whole darn thing. I'm not sure that Chaos sees this, but here comes the Hydra to get rid of this attempt to establish a base. Yep, there it is, getting rid of the SCV, getting rid of the missile turret. The SCVs run for their lives. The scary, scary Hydra is going to murder them if they stick around. Can't really argue with that one. Zergons is getting is that +3 flyer? Yeah, +3 flyer attack. More consecutive injects here. I wish you could see how many injects were queued, but we can't, at least not in the replay here. Ling's trying to shut things down in this area, no big deal for them. And here come the Broodlords. Broodlords have morphed on in. There's a single Liberator, but that's not going to happen. Sorry, Liberator. Boosh. Corruptors with so many upgrades. So 4 battle cruisers using Yamato Cannon to get rid of the Broodlords. 1 Broodlord dies, another one dies, and another one. So I think these BCs are going to die, but they got rid of 3 of the Broodlords. The air-to-ground attack is not as strong as it normally could be. So Chaos trying to hold on, trying to make this thing happen. Lings do have that +1 attack themselves. Weapon speed 0.5. They don't have adrenal glands yet, but hey, there it is. Adrenal glands on the way. More Broodlords. 13 more Corruptors coming up for Zergons. If at first they don't succeed, continue with Corruptors. Continue with Broodlords. That +3 flyer attack. That 26 damage on the strike is just insane. And the Broodlings themselves have +1 attack too. SCVs are falling. They're just trying to build additional missile turrets and just losing their lives. It's just not a good job to be an SCV in this game. Lings running around. Can they? Okay, so they do find this base, but there's a planetary fortress here. I'm sorry, Lings. I don't think there are enough of you. No, definitely not enough of you to actually take down this PF. So nice try, but the planetary fortress now has how many kills, PF? 10? 10 kills, a respectable number. And this natural base is completely under attack here. Battle cruisers are being produced all the livelong day. I think they're trying to bait back the Corruptors, maybe to these missile turrets. Yamato Cannon gets rid of another Broodlord, and one more. Yes, the other Broodlord dies. Back down to 1 Broodlord for Zergons. But look at this Corruptor cloud. It's insane. 27 Corruptors here with 3 Broodlords in the process of being born. There goes the Orbital Command. There goes a command center, and it does fall. Not worrying about missile turret attacks. They have +2 carapace. Wait. Yep. +2 carapace. Broodlord's about to morph on in here. It does not look good for Chaos, ladies and gentlemen. Still trying valiantly with this battle cruiser strategy. Is this the second week in a row we've seen BCs in our mid-rank madness? It might very well be. And the second time in a row, BCs didn't really work out. So, yeah, one of these days I'll find a game where a player actually makes BCs and makes them work at some level. I mean, I know that Crank has done like a crazy one-base BC rush. It's the LeVar Burton cruiser, as LagTV would call it, and made it work. But Crank is an amazing player, so maybe I need to get more replays from him. That might be what I need. Battle cruisers are on the offensive. They have written off their entire base as lost. They have nothing to deal with these Broodlords. Broodlords as a siege unit are exceptionally good in StarCraft 2. Unless there are a lot of Vikings or, you know, a lot of Marines actually do pretty well against Broodlords too. None of those things are things that Chaos has. However, is he taking another base? Chaos. Chaos says, you know what? This base was mined out anyway. I don't really need tech structures. I'm going to reestablish here on the left side of the map, and I'll be just fine. These battle cruisers will kill everything that Zergons has. It'll be super great. They are fully upgraded battle cruisers. How hard could this be? Oh no, there's a group. What is a group of corruptors called? Look at these injects again. Wow, Zergons really wants these injects to work. Alright, it's just a flying murder. We're going to call them a murder of corruptors, because that's what's going to happen to these BCs if they try to attack. Spore Crawler Queen. Queen dies immediately. Wow, poor Queen. Spore Crawler doing what it can, but really not even taking down the health that much on this battle cruiser. Going after a hatchery that has no use whatsoever except for its production. Here come the corruptors. Oh, tactical jumping out. Where do they go? Back here. Okay. Tactical jump to a place with a lot of missile turrets and a planetary fortress and their other battle cruiser friends. Alright, smart move by Chaos. Just kind of putting the fear of God into Zergons a little bit. But no, that's it. A GG from Chaos. Chaos is defeated, Zergons is victorious, and Chaos has left the game. So yeah, I'd have to say that was a pretty good game by Zergons. Started out with that 2-base Ravager Roach attack, did a pretty good job here. As soon as you recognize what was going on with that mass Sky Terran from Chaos, went into Hydra production, went into Corruptor production, kept the pressure on Corruptors with a perfect choice for these battle cruisers, knew exactly what to do, went for Broodlords to actually start the siege and get through these bases, tried to send little Ling harasses everywhere, didn't really do a great job at taking out these bases, but again, once you've killed the main base and the production facilities are all gone, there's really not much that Terran can do. So nicely done by Zergons. Well played by Chaos. Admirable effort trying to make tactical jump work. I really applaud you for that. And maybe one day, we'll see it happen. Okay, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another weekly edition of MidRank Madness. Again, send me your mid-rank replays, gold, platinum, diamond, to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of MidRank Madness. If it does not say MidRank Madness, I will not look at it. You can also find me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.